Arabic webinars. This lesson is practicing the Makhaarij with Sukoon. Objectives. We will learn what the term Sakin means, and we will understand where each letter originates from, also known as the Makhaarij of the Arabic letters. And to properly check our Makhaarij, you must pronounce each alphabet letter with Sukoon. So this is a known methodology for practicing the Makhaarij, i.e. where the letter or the point of articulation of a letter comes from. So we will practice the letters in groups of letters according to their Makhaarij, i.e. all the letters which come from the same place in the mouth or with the tongue or the lips. We will learn also what qalqala letters are. So first, the term Sakin. Any letter with Sukoon on it is known as a Sakin letter. So this is just terminology. So here we have Noon Sakin and Mim Sakin. So the Noon has a Sukoon on top of it, and that's the way it's written in the Uthmani script. So it will be known as Noon Sakin, and the Mim has a Sukoon on top of it, so it will be known as Mim Sakin. So that terminology is important, especially when we get into the Tajweed level, because there are certain rules to do with the pronunciation of Noon Sakin and Mim Sakin. A recap here of where the sounds can originate from. The first place is the throat, known as al-halq. And we divide the throat into three portions: the bottom of the throat, the middle of the throat, and the top of the throat, the very uppermost part of the throat. Then we have what's known as the oral cavity, i.e. the space in your actual mouth, and that's known as al-jawf. And then we have the nasal cavity, i.e. the air passage in your nose going to the back of your throat, known as al-khayshum. Then we have the lips, i.e. both the lips, known as ash-shafatan, the two lips. And we have the tongue itself, known as al-lisan. A bit more detail about the mouth and the throat. So we've seen the throat is divided in terms of our pronunciation to the bottom of the throat, the middle of the throat, and the top of the throat. We have the soft palate at the back of the throat, so that's a very soft part of the top back of your mouth, known as a soft palate. You have a hard palate, which is all the way from the middle of the top of your mouth all the way towards the front of the mouth. So you have the hard palate in the middle of the mouth, known as the roof of the mouth. We have the hard palate at the front portion of the roof of the mouth as well. And then we have where the hard palate meets the actual teeth, and that's really known as the gums around your inner upper teeth. We then have the gums on the lower teeth, i.e. at the bottom of your bottom teeth, joining with the actual teeth themselves. So these all come important when we're talking about the Makhaarij, because we need to be very precise with what we're doing with the movements within our mouth. Practicing the Makhaarij with Sukoon. When you pronounce the letters as Sakin, you can easily tell what point of articulation is for the letter. Notice, unlike when letters are pronounced with short vowels, i.e. when the sound is produced by moving the two parts of articulation away from each other, i.e. when we use a short vowel like fatha, So if we say ba or ta, the points, i.e. like your tongue or, and touching your teeth, when you actually give the sound, the parts of the mouth used to make the sound are moving away from each other. So if you say or e or oo, you'll notice that the parts of your mouth are actually coming away from each other. Now when you use sukoon, the sound is actually made by the parts of your mouth which are involved in the pronunciation actually coming together, sometimes called collision. For instance, here we have the hamza on top of the alif with fatha, and we have the fa with the sukoon. So this would be pronounced as af. Now if you say af, you'll notice that your top teeth, front teeth, come together with the inner portion of your bottom lips. So that's exactly the opposite with the short vowels. So when you use sukoon, the parts that are involved in the pronunciation of the letter with sukoon come together. So again, af brings parts of your mouth together. So that's an important part to understand. Now the qalqala letters, and this is it written in Arabic, so it's al qalqala, and the sukoon in this actual writing is the computer font, i.e. round circles. So 5 of the alphabet letters are known as the qalqala letters, and in English we normally just call them the echo letters. And the reason they're called echo, so I'll just read this out, this is because you cannot complete the letter's sound with sakin when bringing the different parts of the mouth together. The sound must be completed by separation of the parts of the mouth. So with these 5 letters, when you add this sukoon, you have to bring your mouth parts together, but you cannot complete the pronunciation of the sound until you separate your parts of the mouth again. So it's slightly different just for these 5 letters. So this causes a slight echo sound which is produced with the separation, and we'll explain this on the next slide. 5 of the letters which give a slight echo sound when they are sakin are shown below. Okay, and we will show them in light blue when an echo is required. Heavy letters will be shown in red unless they are also qalqala letters, in which case they will also be light blue. So when we have some letters with sukoon, i.e. they're sakin, and they require an echo, we're going to draw them in light blue. Some of those letters are also the heavy letters, which in most of our lessons we've shown them as a sort of dark red. So in that case we won't show them as dark red, we'll show them as light blue because the echo is more important in this case. These 5 letters then are the ones that are known as the qalqala letters or the echo letters, and you can just remember them as qa, ta, ja, da, ba. So easy way to remember it is simply qa, ta, ja, da, ba. Okay, so that's the qaf, the ta, jim, dal, ba, but it's easier to remember qa, ta, ja, da, ba. Okay, so putting an example here, so we've got again the hamza on the alif with fatha giving a, and then we've got the qaf and we've drawn it in light blue because when you have a sukoon on it, it's going to have this attribute of an echo. So if you just try saying aq, so just by bringing the parts of your mouth together, we go a, and then you've got the qa of the qaf, so you would normally say aq, aq,